My dog name is Rocky and my husband name is Adam. I never imagined I would be the kind of woman to keep secrets from my husband. I believed in love, in marriage, in the kind of commitment that could withstand time, distance, and hardships. Adam and I had been together for 8 years, married for 5, and for the most part we were happy. At least that's what I told myself. But loneliness is a powerful thing. It sneaks up on you, slowly creeping into the spaces where love used to be. It fills the silences between phone calls, stretches across empty beds, and makes itself at home in the darkness of the night. And in my case, it all began with my dog Rocky. Rocky had been with us for years, a German shepherd with deep brown eyes that held more wisdom than I could ever understand. He had been Adam's gift to me when we first got married, a promise that even when Adam was away, I wouldn't be alone. And at first, Rocky was just that, a loyal companion, a protector, a presence that filled the house when my husband's absence felt overwhelming. But over time he became something else. A witness. The beginning of something dangerous. Adam's job had always required him to travel. At first I didn't mind. A few days apart here and there made our reunions even sweeter. But as the years passed, the trips became more frequent, the goodbyes colder, the reunions less passionate. What used to be a few nights away turned into weeks, sometimes a full month. "I'll make it up to you," Adam would always say, pressing a quick kiss to my forehead before grabbing his suitcase. And I always smiled, telling him I understood. But understanding doesn't make the bed feel less empty. And that's when Jack came into my life. I met Jack at the dog park. He had a black Labrador named Max, a playful and energetic dog that immediately took a liking to Rocky. At first, Jack and I were just casual acquaintances, exchanging friendly small talk while our dogs played. But as Adam's absences grew longer, Jack's presence grew stronger. We started seeing each other more often, at the park, at the grocery store, even at the little cafe around the corner from my house. And before I even realized it, he wasn't just a casual acquaintance anymore. He was someone I looked forward to seeing. The night everything changed. It had been 2 weeks since Adam had left for another business trip, and that night the loneliness was unbearable. The house was too quiet, the air too still. Even Rocky seemed restless, pacing the living room with his ears perked as if sensing something I couldn't. And then my phone buzzed. "Jack, out with Max, want some company?" I hesitated. I knew what I was doing. I knew where this was heading. But I replied anyway. "Me, sure." Minutes later there was a knock at my door. Rocky was already at the entrance, his tail wagging, his ears alert. But there was something else in his posture. Something that almost looked like concern. I opened the door and there Jack stood, smiling in that way that made my stomach flutter. He held a bottle of wine in one hand, a playful glint in his eyes. "I figured we could share a drink," he said. I should have said no. I should have told him to leave. But I stepped aside, letting him in. We sat on the couch, the wine flowing, the conversation as easy as it always was. But there was a tension between us, a charged silence that neither of us dared to acknowledge. And then he reached for my hand. His touch was warm, steady, dangerous. I should have pulled away. I should have thought of Adam. But I didn't. I let Jack's fingers intertwine with mine. Let the warmth of his palms seep into my skin. My heart was racing, my breath unsteady. The line between right and wrong was blurring, fading into something unrecognizable. He leaned in. I didn't stop him. Our lips met, soft at first, then urgent. My hands tangled in his shirt, pulling him closer, wanting more. Then a sudden low growl broke the moment apart. I jerked away, breathless, as Rocky stood up from his spot on the floor, his entire body tense. His ears pinned forward, his dark eyes locked onto Jack with an intensity that sent chills down my spine. Jack cleared his throat, sitting back. "Your dog doesn't seem too happy about this." Rocky growled again, stepping forward. guarding me. I swallowed hard, running a hand through my hair. The moment had shattered, the reality of what I was doing crashing down on me like a tidal wave. "I think you should go," I whispered. Jack hesitated, searching my face for any sign of uncertainty. But when he found none, he nodded. "Yeah," he said softly. "I think you're right." I walked him to the door, my hands trembling. And as soon as the door clicked shut behind him, I collapsed onto the couch, my entire body shaking with the weight of what almost happened. Rocky padded over to me, his large head resting on my lap, his warm brown eyes filled with something that almost looked like understanding. And in that moment I realized something. Rocky hadn't just been protecting me from an intruder. He had been protecting me from myself. The aftermath. The next morning I woke up to an empty house, my heart heavy with guilt. I spent the day going through the motions, cleaning, working, taking Rocky for his usual walk. But everything felt different. The air around me was thick with the weight of the decision I had almost made. And then Adam called. "Hey babe," he said, his voice tired. "Just wanted to check in." I swallowed hard, forcing my voice to remain steady. "Hey, how's the trip?" "Busy," he sighed. "I miss you." The words hit me harder than they should have. "I miss you." For the first time in a long time I really listened to them. And I realized something else. I had spent so much time feeling lonely that I had stopped trying. I had stopped calling him first, stopped planning things for when he came home. I had let the distance between us grow without ever fighting to close it. But Rocky never let me forget. Every time Adam left, Rocky would watch me with those knowing eyes, sensing what I was too afraid to admit. Because deep down I still loved my husband. I just needed to remember how to fight for him. The decision. That night as I lay in bed with Rocky curled at my feet, I made a decision. I was done letting loneliness control me. I was done making excuses. Tomorrow I would call Adam. Really call him. Because love isn't just about staying faithful when it's easy. It's about choosing each other even when it's hard. And thanks to Rocky, I was finally ready to choose us again. Like this video if you believe in the power of loyalty. Comment your thoughts. What would you have done in this situation? Share this story to start a conversation. Subscribe for more real-life stories that will leave you thinking. New videos every week. Stay tuned.